All right. Hey, first and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, of whom I learn from daily. Okay. Continually. All right. And a healthy shalom to the brothers that are out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. All right. It's a brother Gabar Adama coming back at you. I was just sent a video from another brother, and it was going into how these cell phone towers are putting out massive amounts of radiation, and all kinds of different things. And I'm gonna make some correlations. Okay. So first and foremost, let's go here. It's Slovakia. Let's go here. Get that flipped right. All right. So I'm going to go to... Here we go. No, that's not what I wanted. Slovakia. Let's go to... Nope. Still not what I wanted. Where am I at here? There we are. Okay, Slovakia. That happens. Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Okay? For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? You see? All right, because this goes right along with the lesson. Or shall the thing that framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Okay?
Sharon Goldberg. I'm an internal medicine physician. I've practiced medicine for 21 years, and my background is mostly academic, internal medicine, hospital-based, clinical research, and medical education. I am going to skip many of the things I wanted to say because I didn't realize it was only 5 minutes. Wireless radiation has biological effects, period. This is no longer a subject for debate when you look at PubMed and the peer-reviewed literature. These effects are seen in all life forms: plants, animals, insects, microbes. In humans, we have clear evidence of cancer now. There is no question. We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure, neuropsychiatric effects. So 5G is not a conversation about whether or not these biological effects exist. They clearly do. 5G is a conversation about unsustainable healthcare expenditures. Why do I say this? We've been sitting on the evidence for EMR and chronic disease for decades. And now we are seeing all these epidemics appearing. So diabetes is the first epidemic. I think most of you know the statistics. They're very scary. 1 in 3 American children will become diabetic in their lifetime, and if they're Hispanic females, the number is 1 in 2. So what does this have to do with wireless radiation? Wireless radiation and other electromagnetic fields, such as magnetic fields and dirty electricity, have been clearly associated with elevated blood sugar and diabetes. That is what the peer-reviewed literature says. It is not opinion. The closer you live to a cell tower, the higher your blood glucose. That is based on hemoglobin A1C measurements. So the idea with small cells of putting the cells closer to people's homes and bedrooms scientifically is very dangerous. And from an economic perspective, it's dangerous. And you may not know this. I was shocked to find this out. But the way you create a model of diabetes in rats in the lab is by exposing them to 2.4 gigahertz. And this is not for long-term exposure. So I don't have time to talk about the costs, but the huge problem with diabetes really is chronic kidney disease. End-stage renal disease, the worst complication of diabetes, leads to hemodialysis. Hemodialysis is an automatic qualification for Medicare. And if you don't qualify for Medicare, we still have to dialyze the patient. And the state ends up paying in many different instances. So renal failure is 1% of Medicare, but it takes up 7% of all Medicare expenditures. I don't have time to talk about this anymore, but once again, so The other epidemics that clearly link from the science with electromagnetic radiation are related to mental health. And this is straight from PubMed. This isn't my opinion. This is science. Okay?
Dr. Goldberg, for those of us who aren't physicians, what is PubMed?
I'm sorry. It's just it's our National Library of Medicine. This is where you would go. This is just the peer-reviewed literature. So we have three epidemics that clearly, they're essentially one epidemic. We have deterioration of mental health in the United States. And if you look really at the science, what does it show? And these epidemics are suicide epidemic, epidemics in shootings, and the opioid epidemic. And I don't have 5 minutes is not the time to talk about this. This is in the peer-reviewed literature. I have a file to submit for the record, but these are facts. These are things that have just been glossed over by the wireless industry, and I really don't have time to talk about them in 5 minutes. I wish I did. But we need to examine our epidemics in the context of our EMF exposures. What does that mean? That means that the CDC, tracking these epidemics, we need to start measuring how much radiation are people being exposed to. And before we roll out 5G, and this means there are 4 kinds of electromagnetic fields that we know are harmful to human health. So radio frequency radiation, magnetic fields, dirty electricity, and electric fields, okay? Our exposure, any given person, and all humans are affected by EMFs. Our given exposure has nothing to do with the research that my colleagues are going to cite, with the National Toxicology Program. That is an assessment of the risk of one cell phone in the near field, okay? What is our exposure in a day? It's not one cell phone. It's cell phones, it's multiple wireless networks, it's smart meters, it's cell towers. It's this sandwich, and it all adds up. And this is a serious problem for occupational health, public safety, and personal safety. And I feel that it's irresponsible to be even talking about the Internet of Things and rolling out a new untested technology when we're not even measuring what are our current exposures from the current network.
Yeah. See? Okay. So you saw that, and you saw exactly what she was talking about. Okay. Which is several different things that I want to hit on. Okay. If you don't know anything about radiation or about cell phone radiation, is that it can be turned up and it can be turned down. It's sort of like a microwave. Okay. When you put something in a microwave, whether it be 1100 watts or 1500 watts or 2000 watts. Okay. When you have a microwave that's a set measure at 2000 watts, then it cooks your food faster. And what it does really is it takes the molecules inside of the flesh or whatever it is and moves them around and creates friction. And the friction, friction makes heat. And that's how it works. Okay. So it moves around your molecules in your body, at the atomic level. All right. Now check this out, though. A while back, the brother Yuanathon, brother Yuan from down there in South Carolina, he's up under the elder, not the Zokbar, right? He brought out a video, and it was showing the whatever G, because we got our own language here, the whatever G cell phone tower man he was installing, and the people, the higher ups were telling them, don't open these boxes and don't look inside. Well, he opened one of the boxes, and guess what it said? It said that thing that everybody's getting. That's what it said. Inside the box, it said that thing that everybody's getting. I won't take it any further than that, right? So all these things are going hand in hand. All right. So now you can get what? A jab for a jiggle, right? See? Now you can get a jab for a jiggle. And they're going to try to put one of those towers right next to your house. Because that's the way, that G works. Okay? It's very, very short waves. Okay, so when they can get closer and closer and closer to you, the real community that is suffering from diabetes and congenital heart failure are the Israelites. See, they're trying to get at the Israelites. All right. Now, this also correlates with those chemtrails that they're spraying. Okay. So let's go. Let's go here. Proverbs 14 verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man look well to his going. Okay. So we are not ignorant. Let's get that. I don't know why this is not working correctly. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Yeah, let's go there. All right. So this is Ephesians 2 verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in the past. No, that's not what I wanted. I know I had that scripture. Well, let's just get it. Salakia. So all these things are going hand in hand. All right. And they're spraying these chemtrails. And that's also going to enhance what they're trying to put in you because they're already getting it in you. It's simple poison. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, all this is going hand in hand. Yeah, thought I had that up there. I must have been mistaken. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And we all know that Esau Edom is the damn devil the Bible speaks of, man. And the reason why he does these things, first and foremost, is because it has been given in the power of his hand on the left-hand side from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay? So it is what it is. So all these things are adding up and adding up and adding up. And they can take those cell phone towers and turn up the volume, if you will. They can turn it way up. And literally, like I said, you can go get a jab for a jiggle, and they're going to get a whole lot of simple people like that, man. Or you stand a chance of winning $1 million. Or you can get a free donut. See, and that goes along with diabetes. There's all kinds of incentives. All right. But it's all with all this mixed together. They have the ability to literally burn you from the inside out, just like a microwave, and affect, your heart, also affect your kidneys, every part of the body. All right. So let's go here. And I'm going to show you a little bit of this.
Hey everyone, it's Paul Bertorelli. I'm reporting from Hondo, Texas. I know you've heard all about chemtrails. Well, I caught a chemtrail guy red-handed. We're going to talk to Umberto Vivanco about cloud seeding. He's a cloud seeding pilot. Okay, Umberto, this is your cloud seeding.
All right. This sort of looks like propaganda, if you will, because the things they say in this are they contradict themselves like several times. All right. I'm not going to play too much of this. But like he said, I caught one red-handed, right? So everybody knows it's a controversy. And from what I've read, that some of the things that they are putting in the air, they call it cloud seeding. We call it poison. All right. Or aluminum, silver, and barium. Okay. And all three things can cause, and those are basically heavy metals. You see, and so when they're broken up and you can breathe them in and you can drink them in your drinking water, okay, that puts those chemicals, if you will, or heavy metals in your blood. Now, what does that do? What does metal do in a microwave? It reacts very violently. See, all right.
Tell us a little bit about it. Well, this is a Viper Comanche 250.
Yeah, whatever, man. Yahweh warned us of this. This is why I read. I'm reading it again. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage over us, we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? Okay. Now, let's check this out. Crooks and liars, it says. All right. Firefighter, prophet. I just happened to stumble over this article. Firefighter prophet warns, and that's what prophet means, right? Warns that chemicals turn humans into giant antennas. Uh-oh. You see where we're getting at here? And now they want to put giant antennas right outside your house. You're breathing in heavy metals. You can get a jab for a jiggle. Nanobots everywhere. See? Let's see. Mike Taylor's bizarre warning. It's not very bizarre. It is meant to engage the zealots. See that? Who are eager to believe in absurd conspiracy theories. See, there they go. Right? I'm not going to play that. They called him a prophet and a firefighter prophet. You see? Crooks and liars. That's about right. But yeah, they're trying to be like the Most High. So I'm probably going to close out on this. Yeah, I wish I could find that video from the Brother Yawanathan, but I think I reposted it and they took both of those videos down within like a couple hours. Oh man, that one was heavy. Okay, it was very heavy. Let's go to Isaiah 14 verse 12. See, all this, if you can make sense of this, because I know I'm always all over the place, but it does make sense. Okay, Isaiah 14 verse 12. How art thou cut off from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which dideth weaken the nations? All right, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend, see, into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. Okay, and Israelites are compared to stars at certain, in certain scriptures. All right. The stars of what? The stars of the Most High. Okay. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Woo-wee. There you have it. You see that? I will sit upon the mount of the congregation. What congregation? The Israelites, man. In the sides of the north. Where? North America. Babylon. All right. 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And with his silver, aluminum, barium, cloud seeding. What do you need to seed the cloud for? It already rains exactly when it's supposed to. Okay. Verse 15. Why are you needing to give a jab for a jiggle? Why are you pushing that so hard? We know better, man. Why you want to, do the MOB? Satan's devices, man. This is end times. Okay. Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay. Verse 16, I got to keep going here. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? See? 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. And the house of his prisoners is in the land of the north, as it said in verse 13. All right. And with that, I'm going to, I'm going to let this build be where it is. All right. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Wa, Ababa Ball. Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Ababa Ball. Shalom.